this one would seem to work. Um, can you guys hear me? Or is the mic volume very low? Hello, is the volume low on this one? Can you hear me? Is it fine? Is it particularly low? Okay, because I'm using the really crappy headset. I hope it's only crappy on Twitch and not on Discord. Let me take a look at the settings. Where was this? There we go. Ways in audio. Let's check. Seems fine. Okay. Oh, it's 10. Let's wait for a few more moments. I'll make a small announcement and announcement to see if some people can get in. Copy the ID. Okay. First, let's wait 2 or 3 minutes before we start, and I can answer some stuff. I'll answer Shen's question here because he said he has almost 10 questions unanswered. Okay, so unsold stars will be publicly listed on our marketplace. Unsold stars and the whitelist mint will go to the Nebula Expedition. Unsold stars and the Nebula Expedition will be listed on the marketplace. The listing price will be much more expensive compared to the mint and the expedition. Floor price of NFTs will always change. Yes. Okay. Let me take a look at each of your questions. I hate this function. When I click a link, it always does not go to the. Does not always go to the message. Which wallet staked the most keys and how much keys the wallet staked? Not answering that. I can answer in DM, not in the AMA. Input some easy question now. What is the latest date and time for overseas to reply the question? Otherwise, people will get the latest time and date would be well until now. So anyone after this, I'll answer them. But I'll also go over some of the questions they went through to see if they answered anyone that may have misinformation or answered incorrectly, or they couldn't answer, or left some parts of it unanswered. And number 2, from the current unreviewed defined planets held by 20 megas, what are the odds of either one of the single defined planets capture the motion? Better show us some sort of proof instead of pure number. I really need to know this answer, please. This answer is not related to the star. I'll have Law Scribbler directly answer this one in a DM. Should you be wanting to know it. I really want to save some questions for people who to ask about the stars. But yes, we know which ones are pure actually. And you want solid proof, then you have to ask about script. Um, I'll DM him. I really should DM nonsense, but I think if you want to be nice, DM him after the mint, or not now. I'll collect this question for you. Okay, continuing to answer some of Hint's questions until we begin the AMA. Oh wait, asking for the A2. Aside from the constellation with whales, what are the benefits to stay in the most central area? I mean, it's still possible to form constellation with whales farther in the most central area. Seems no difference to me. In the most central area, hard to say will be forming the constellation with whales, considering the VC constellation will be the term mythology, and the most central should come from pre-sales, taking so much trust in one returning customer. But the benefit of the most central is that there has been the most central area to no alienated yes. Smart effects such as well joined to join the start pre-sales. Okay, let me take a look at what I said. Small paper, you have the live tries to get in, many whales also want to get in. Oh. Yeah, Michael likes to answer in his own hypothetical ways. But to answer that question correctly, the exact benefits of central area versus others in galaxies, also versus the ones in the wandering galaxies, are all the same, exact same. There'll be minor differences. Some of the galaxies, some of the stars and constellation effects benefit certain galaxies in the central area or the wandering areas. So they each have their own advantages and disadvantages. But overall, most of the functions remain the same. So yeah, there really isn't much of a difference. But then when will we be releasing those other galaxies? It's even with the game launch, with the content, with the Alliance content launch in Q2 next year, or Alliance content should be between Q2 and Q3. We are not going to open up an entire land out like that. For one, we need to gauge the number of we need to gauge the number of orbits that are being rented out. If the stars that are currently out in the market that are owned by people is not getting their getting planets orbiting around them, or if there are not enough planets out there, we are not going to release a new batch. And we'll likely release more of the Japanese mythology galaxy batch next. So a lot of the constellations that are in the other mythology galaxies may not be out yet. Even if they're out, the gameplay, the content may not be available yet. So probably getting the ones in the center and in the Shinto galaxy would probably be more beneficial and immediate, the effects. But the differences will be minor, because even if they do have gameplay bonus effects, it wouldn't be game changing or balance affecting it will be 1 to 2%. Yeah, it's a lot in the GVG aspect, but the overall function is still the ability to join alliance battles and the ability to age um, the stab. So shouldn't be that much of a difference. And just to answer the questions and blatantly say it out, if you guys prefer to wait until the orbital platform functions open up, or wait until the rental functions open up before investing, it's entirely legit. Um, like I said, there are many whitelists out there, many mints out there. A lot of them still have no game or no actual function, and I believe a lot of land yet to have actual function in most games now that they meant. But I think our orbiting function is probably going to be one of the ones that's going to be available early. The gameplay, though, is still going to be down in Q2 and Q3 next year. If you guys prefer to wait and see more traction and see how that goes, it's perfectly fine. No pressure there. Most of the mints now is just for people to get their hands on the ones, to make sure they get it. And if the floor drops, yeah, you can bet on the floor dropping and then get from there. If it doesn't drop, well, then yeah, you may have to buy it for a little more expensive, but at least you get to see whether there's actual function, or how everything's performing. So it's really your choice after all. We lay the facts here, and of course I'll try to maintain the floor best I can. So, well, but no promises, I guess. I don't think anyone can make that promise. Although, if you've seen what I've been doing, then you can pretty much know. But yeah, may be able to find some at floor going forward in November and December. Who knows? It's not a must right now. And one of the advantages for buying later may be that you can hunt for the constellations, because you can actually see which constellations are available. But if you ask me, I would not list. Once I know the location and I know the owners, I probably won't be listing at the full price, unless it's that unattractive. Well, okay. Oh, wow, it's 10:12. I better start the AMA. So, um, well, it's the morning. There's only 33 people here. Well, I guess most of us are actually located in Asia after all. It's Monday morning over here, 10:12 a.m. I think 10 p.m. for the States, for Eastern time. Where you guys sleep? Well, I'll try to host a few more AMAs in the morning. It's actually more beneficial for me because I'm in office, and I uh, don't need to speak as low in volume at night, because at night usually I'm at home, and when I'm home the kids are sleeping, so I tend to speak a little less louder, and I have to be careful not to piss off my wife um, by speaking too loud, promising random stuff. So yeah, we'll definitely host some, maybe bi-weekly AMAs, at least in the mornings. So so yeah. But one of the disadvantages, which I have to tell you guys, is that I usually have to pick my son up after school. So I drop him off at 8:30, and I have to pick him up at 11:30. So the AMAs will be a lot shorter. Well, the next time I can actually start the AMAs after I pick him up from school. But today we can't, because today is quite hectic. Um, my my wife is at home, and he can't help pick the son after school. She needs to take care of the baby, and our helper, who usually is not available today. She needs to get some visa stuff sorted. But anyway, let's stick back to our pre-sale AMA. Okay, so almost 26, 27, 29 hours left until the event. Hope you guys have the whitelisted, or have your medic and WETH ready if you want to participate. I believe most of you already have the planets and everything, and may want to hunt for the Nebula expedition. Uh, so it's entirely up to you. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. In the AMA questions channel, I'll open up the slow mode to a minute only, so you guys can type more questions there, and I can answer in person right now. Um, just some of going through some of the questions that I see up there. I'll mark some questions down that wasn't answered correctly. I think there are two main things. There are several answers that the overseers answered incorrectly, so I have to make it clear first. I told them to edit their answers, and also include the apology, and and include the what they answered wrong. But let me go over them here right now again. So to be clear, um, the stars cannot be staked for the Nebula expedition. the staking of the stars are used to be to create alliances. When you create a zodiac alliance in an Apeiron, you will create a staking pool, and star owners can stake their stars in this pool to form the alliance. So when your stars are staked there, you can't stake it anywhere else, much like how staking usually works. So the main function for staking, star staking, will be in the creation of these alliances. Stake the same stars in the same constellation in this pool, and collect the entire constellation, and you will get the constellation bonus. If if in the future we do open up Star for a Nebula expedition, we will let you know, but there are no plans for this right now. So no, you cannot buy a star and stake it for the Nebula expedition for the 28th expedition. It doesn't work that way. On the other note is that for the stars that are unsold, and this mint will go to the Nebula expedition. And if there are stars unsold in the Nebula expedition, they will be listed at a higher price on marketplace. That's the two things that needs to be confirmed. Some questions regarding the demo. We will be receiving, or I will be receiving, the final version this Wednesday, and then we'll determine how to optimize it on Friday. I will give some sneak peek, hopefully this weekend, on the demo and what they've been doing. I will only show it in a limited viewing. I won't release it out yet. There should be some events for the first uh, public streaming. So yes, we're lining up some of the KOLs for the public streaming. Create some traction. Okay, so where do we go? I'll answer from the bottom up this time around. And if I see a good one, and if he's not whitelisted yet, I'll make sure he's whitelisted. If you're whitelisted here, please open the ticket. I'll collect the names and everything in order to go ahead. I'll get back to your questions at the end of the AMA, or after I come back from picking up my son. It's usually just around 20 minutes, so bear with me. I guess the second part will be answering all of the questions. The first part will be the ones in here. Okay, I see. Weiss. How do I pronounce that name? Yours. Louise. He asks，灵魂宝石可以给玩家的 Sparkle 提供永久提醒效果，这种提醒方式有没有上限？Yes，有的。你可以想象，这个其实这个 Spirit Core 是一个用户玩家这个用户账号的一个等级，分开两个，总共的等级还有这个 PFP 的等级。这个 PFP 的等级呢，应该大概可能有20到40级，应该二十个等级。你可以玩的时候升级这个 Spirit Core，每次可以装一个 PFP Spirit Core 来拿不同的 effect，这样的。实际的玩法还没推出，因为其实 Spirit Core 应该在1月到2月那个时候才会推出第一批。当然是一定会有上线的，不会无上限的。我自己不能玩无上限的游戏，所以我不会是一个没上限的游戏。Okay, second question. The question that you guys asked is that for the soul stones, for the soul gems that are used to level up the spirit cores when you play the game in the future, the spirit cores are actually the profile picture NFTs that we'll be releasing. And they each have their own unique boons and perks. You can level up the spirit cores. You can attach them to your player account, much like PFP NFTs, and they have unique effects. They are unlocked by playing and leveling your player account. So you can imagine 2 experience bars. You have an overall player account that can be leveled up, and then there's a special spirit core PFP leveling system. And so if you attach it, it can level up every time you level up your player account. Even if your player account is maxed out, it will still gain levels, and it will unlock certain boons and benefits, mostly regarding earning boosts or staking boosts for these spirit cores. And they have a max level. Everything has a max level. It's asking if the boons can infinitely be leveled up. No, I'm not a big fan of infinite top bounds. So yeah, you can pick switch between NFTs when you need it, or profile picture NFTs. In the future, that will be how it goes. And the second question: wasteland and mountainous. So wasteland and mountains evolution to volcanics. Will there be something different? I don't quite understand that question. 不太明白第二条问题，wasteland 和 mountainous 进化成的 volcanic 会有什么不一样吗？如果他们成了 volcanic 以后，它应该不会有不一样的，就只可能是它的元素的比例会有一个相近因为其实应该是看你的玩法，所以应该是一样的。Okay, and if limited, limited, if limited, then there's a cap of harm of virtue, like the evil will overpass virtue in the future. Those masters will get more run and virtue can less more a permanent buff. No, they get the same reward. It's usually the wait time that we play on in the beginning. Evil, yeah, they both. If the permanent buff is limited and the virtual will be kept, I have no idea what you mean there, Hint. Can you clarify a bit more what you're trying to say? Because the alignment affects gameplay, they unlock on achievements, but the rewards should be about the same. If you win a stellar tablet from Draken Expedition, the chaotic keys will be burned, right? Yes, it will be burned. If you buy 150 keys in Netflix Expedition, it's possible to not get the second one. Yes, it is possible because if in the case two people bought 150 keys and there's only one celestial stellar tablet chest, the one with more vapor will get it. So if you imagine the pool will be run by, so everyone who got 150 keys or above will be rewarded CS celestial stellar tablet chest, and we will give out according to the vapor generated. So if all celestial stellar tabulars are sold, then even if you have 150 keys, you will end up in the next tier where you get the stellar tabulars. And in the stellar tabulars, you'll see all the ones that have above 50 stellar tabular keys and run who has the most vapor that way. So not a guarantee. It is highly possible that you may end up with one or two stellar tabulars instead of one celestial stellar tabula. You can gauge this amount from the usual vapors that you guys stake. When you guys join a nebula expedition, you guys can usually tell how much vapor you have at the end, what ranking you usually are around. For that.游戏战斗输赢是怎么判定的？有不同的玩法，很多的玩法就是 Avatar 死掉就会输了，但是有时候是船灭才会输的。So this guy asks how the wins and losses are calculated. Most of the times it's when your avatar dies. Sometimes it will require your apostles to die first, but most of the times when your avatar dies, the game is over. Roguelike Armageddon. the player may either perform a benevolent rapture for its students or malevolent sacrifice. Perform case will grant lasting bonuses and a small amount of gems, or let us simply grant the player a large amount of soul gems and a proportionally moderate amount of guilt. That is that's actually wrong in the white paper. For one, this is only one of the modes of sacrifice, and the lasting benefits should be from the player level up. Oh, thank you for pointing this out. This is the correct language here should be that when when the Armageddon happens, there's a good and there's evil. And during the Armageddon, there are two things that will generate. One is the anima, and second are the soul gems. Soul gems have two versions: the beneficent light and the malefic. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Malefinex or something. So there will be two types of gems. Uh, in the talent tree, in your god tree, talent tree that you will be upgrading later, you will be needing these soul gems to unlock more powerful abilities, sort of like a talent tree that you have that shares across all the planets you have, and and you will get the same amount of both of these gems based on rapture or sacrifice, and but depending on how the abilities are unlocked in the beginning, some of it will be immediately unlocked if you use the evil one. You can immediately unlock the ability or the boon, but it will cost more. Or you can wait and use the good ones to unlock it. But there'll be a wait time until it unlocks, but it will cost less. This is how most of the cases should be handled. So it wouldn't be the fact that yeah, I'll have them update this. Okay, moving back up. Heart of the card. Questions weren't answered. Okay. What is one of the questions? If it's unanswered, well, let's add your name to the list if it's unanswered. If you type the question and it wasn't answered, let me know. Give me an ad with your question, and I'll definitely answer them now. What is one question more you don't have an answer to? What? A lot. There's a lot. Game development is still on. There are a lot of uncertainties. If you ask me for the exact date for the demo to be public, I don't even have that yet. I need to see what the demo is like for myself on Wednesday, and I'll need to talk with the team regarding the optimizations. The optimization is regarding the making the game accessible to the public in terms of the CPU and RAM usage. What will we do if the game flop? Well, it depends on the magnitude of the flop. What do you mean the game flop? How can the game flop? I mean, there are no users playing. The game is unplayable. This is such a broad term, but yeah, we'll fix it. It's very hard to answer a very broad question if you don't provide specifics. It's like, what happens when there's a bug? We'll fix it. But honestly, well what bug? Uh, I don't think the giving up or anything would be an option, or are you looking for a refund? Well, if there's a call for a refund, we'll definitely go for it. But yeah, oh, e.g., the game isn't a hit, people don't play it. Well, if we look at the markets right now, even if the game goes out, would be a big hit. If we have everything, we can gauge the market response from the demo. If the response is not great, then we'll find ways to improve it, to improve the marketing, to make sure it gets across. If it's a core game function that's not working, or if it's a game element that is not fun, we'll remake it and remodel it so that it's fun. And then when we're comfortable, we will launch it in full scale with the card game simulation and everything. If people don't play it, we have to identify why they are not playing it. We'll have to do surveys. We'll have to ask the community. I mean, these are still things that can be solved in our eyes. So I don't really see much of how to go in detail. That it's interesting. You got the Heart of Medicine. Oh, you joined after the level up event, before the level up event, sorry. And why do you guys decide to do this stuff before releasing a playable game? It's basically a fundraiser. Are you guys having trouble financially? No, actually. We do understand. A lot of people may think, why are we not waiting for the demo before going for the next round? Well, we still have a lot of treasury in the in our wallet, but we do want to release some of the stars out first because there needs to be aging, there needs to be the consumption of other planets to speed up the aging. The chrono merging needs to be out. The orbiting needs to be out before the game releases. These are the fundamental pieces that make up the game as well, not just the alliance battle. It's for the bulk sales, for the remainder, 98, 95% of all the stars will do it after the demo, after the game launch. So yeah, if you guys don't wish to participate in this one and do want to take a look at what the game is like before participating, feel free. But I'd say one of the major functions of the star is actually for the planet farms to really age the planets so that their planets can have a more enticing attribute, older, when the skills come live. The skills should be available around November 5th. Uh, 3 more weeks. To be shown on 2 more weeks actually. On this to be shown on the marketplace. So hopefully, the planets will get more traction after the skills and the demo is out. How is the progression of the game development? Fine-tuning plans the game can go on for months and even years. Yeah, even after the game is out. The game isn't even in the hands of players or even playable. What makes you guys think the roadmap to hit esports scene by beginning of next year will be realistic? Uh, well, the PvP element is actually one of the elements that's causing the delay. I was supposed to receive it yesterday, but we wanted the demo. The demo originally did not plan to support PvP, but we are going to have the demo support PvP soon. So we remodeled the structure to be extremely close to, well, it's actually the ultimate launch structure. So the PvE will be the beginning of the game demo, and PvP will come probably in December for the demo. And then once the art assets and everything is ready, the battle side launch will be fully ready, and we'll make sure that the battle side is tested and run well, and we can already begin PvP and esports testing over there. So pretty sure we can get the full battle ready in Q1 next year, and we can run the esports tournaments, and then we'll be battle testing it, play testing it with the public during these months. Um, so should be ready. When it comes to breeding planet, what kind of elemental value breakdown should we be aiming for? Balance between all elements. You should maximize certain elements. I see a lot of people like to breed plants with balance elements. Is that a hint? Insider information. I know. I like to breed elements with normal because I give out rewards. I don't really like to eat into our own treasury. So if you see rewards out there that involves quad planets or tri planets being given out, I actually do it by myself. I pretty much use my own money to buy planets off the marketplace, to participate in the mints, and sometimes to buy the floor prices. in case some people seem to want to sell. And I collect a lot of planets. And when I run events, if you guys participate in any, I usually give out a lot of rewards. And sometimes there'll be quad and tri planets. So I'm giving quads and tries from my own inventory instead of the companies. The company ones are usually saved for more proper official events or for future partnership purchases. Um, so don't want to eat into there. Uh, you should hunt for the rarer mix if you have the resources. Um, but yes, if you want to play the game, you should hunt for the rarer one. If you want to create your farms, you want to breed, you should look into getting the end ones depending on your budget, so you can at least get three of the same type and class and breed it out. Uh, that's the plan. When breeding, a child's element values are average of their parents. How do you breed a planet with less elements than their parents? You have to play the game. Upon game launch, upon simulation launch, you will be able to remodel the elemental distribution values of your planets slightly, especially via the use of relics. This way, you can actually lower the elements or alter the elemental distributions and change the breeding. You can also do slight. You can also hunt for elemental values that are very low on the marketplace and get those, but it will still take some time to breed it without gameplay. Highly suggest people breed the planets out first instead of trying to move up the elemental rarity right now. It's not meant to be easy anyway. Um, Last question from Heart of the Card. What do you guys think Axie did really well as a game and as a crypto project? Wow, that's a long question. So what they did really well was to harbinger the merge of crypto, the tokens and NFTs with a game. Uh, I'll just answer one, okay? Because if I list everything out, it would be pretty much the first 10 minutes of my usual pitch. Um, and to answer something differently is the thing I like actually the most is they have very new cards and skills. If you notice, they actually haven't introduced new skills or cards for a long time since their launch, and it's not sure if it's balancing or whatever issues, but this is a good thing because this actually entails at least most of the cards and their skills, even if they are not the game meta in one season, they can at least adjust and make sure it's better in the other seasons. So at least each card have their day, each skill may have their day. This is the standard buff and nerf. It's been played around by many games, online games especially. I know there's a lot of complaints and everything around, but this is actually better than seeing games that constantly release more and more powerful and new cards every month or every 2 weeks. Um, uh, I really like that they focused on the balance side of things. I think this is also one of the advantages for NFT games out there because NFT games being player ownership shouldn't entail the power creep problem. Power creep problem is the problem of having new and more powerful stuff coming out constantly and phasing out the older stuff. This would be really bad. Um, for actual holders. What they did not do well is the game updates are not being up to date. I mean, they I think they spent a lot of their resources in creating their own chain and stuff. I mean, ultimately, in the long run, it may benefit the company, but for the game itself, if they focus the resources onto game development, developing more modes, integrating more syncs and utility to actually require the players to level up their pets, it would actually be a lot better in terms of the tokenomic system. Certainly hope they would introduce more gameplay elements or modes to utilize. I don't think it's necessarily a graphic problem, but I think it's a gameplay problem. So yes, we have more modes, we have more gameplay syncs. We have more higher need for people to level up to play the game and encourage them to spend the tokens. And that's what a lot of people are doing right now. So yeah, well, answered that question. Thank you for the question. Let me continue to scroll up. Pass hints. Let's see if there are any ones that are not answered. Well, I see Diamond, did that answer one of the Chinese questions? And one of the questions, number 5, asks, in the game, will we be able to obtain stars in the game via gameplay? Well, actually, it's a yes and no. Uh, all stars would be obtainable only via Nebula Expedition, or wireless cells, or the secondary marketplace transactions. In the game, there shouldn't be any stars available, but there are special stars in the game. Um, these stars should not be tradable, but they function exactly like a star and they are rewards for giant GVG events. So for each season, maybe lasting around 1 quarter to two, um, the winners, the giant guilds that win, can unlock a special star or special constellations inside a galaxy, and they can use it, rent it, own it, just like a normal star. That's not tradable. Um, they have some unique functions for the stars, which we'll release more later. But yeah, that would be a more accurate answer of the question. We can merge 3 lower tier chests to 1 high tier chest. No, you cannot merge 3 lower tier chests. Oh, we look at chests. So the merging stars. No, there will be no merging of the stars. I think the miscommunication here is that we calculate the utility, the functions, and the power of each star, of each tier in the chest by 3 times. And and maybe it's in the graphics they presented it like the 3 chests are combined into one, but it actually don't work that way. It's the amount of keys needed. That's 3 times the expedition. That's 3 times the chest costs. So you can't be merging them. There's only the everything is fixed. The number of stars is fixed. You can't evolve and improve a star once you get it. It's not like planets. You get the stars as you get what you buy. There's no merging. Um, yeah. Continuing to take a look at any of the major questions that need. So I got hard, I got in. Take a look. Oh, wow, E222 is still typing jokes for me. Well, it's worth a try. Okay, so this brother 3 asked an interesting question. Let me see if anyone answered him. Don't seem to see anyone answering Sangha. The Sangha is asking for each orbital track, the rent is absolutely set by users. Yes, you can set your rent. You can set 0 rent if you want. Is it per track? I believe it is per track. I need to let me ask Lost Corporate then.应该只有月租. So it's only a monthly rental. I don't think we offer weekly or daily as of now. Again, have to double check. Let's see. Will there be exclusive events for star owners? Highly likely, or they can be incorporated into the multiplier of the exodiums based on the price as well. So think about it. But unique event for star owners, most definitely. We'll also open up exclusive channels for the star owners to do alliance recruitment, opening up, well, coming up. I'm still thinking the structure of it. Probably one forum and one recruitment channel at the crew down. The forum will be for gaming guild partners or alliance partners to use to notify their gang, their unique roles here. Hmm. So answer from Dueto-san. Did anyone answer Dueto-san? Please answer correctly here. Correctly there. That one. Well, let me take a look at well, the questions there. Sim, good morning. I hope you're well. Thank you. You state a planet that's orbiting a star. Will the planet disappear from orbit and lose its place around the star? If you orbit around a star, your planet is actually staked to that star. So, so actually, that's how it works. So, Lost Rippler answered me that probably it's one price for all tracks instead of each track gets an individual price. And duration of the rent should be from weekly to monthly. Um, 7 days up to a month. Not finalized yet. We'll release more details when the tracks open up. The orbitals should be opening up in November. Uh, Probably can't answer me that right now. Yes, 2,000 things on this plate. We'll see. Actually, let me check if any of the hey guys listening in the AMA have any questions. Feel free to type it out. Oh, I see an interesting question from Goat that they weren't able to answer. So let's add Goat. So it says 11,498 stars is the total amount of stars. Are they all found in this talking about the ones in Access Monday or the entire Cultiverse? It's the entire Cultiverse. The 673 are all in the Access Monday and the surrounding region, the wandering region near the Access Monday. And this is only half. The Access Monday is one of the largest regions, probably the size of two galaxies. So totals to around 1,300 to 400 stars will be inside the Axis Mundi and surrounding the area near it. Rolling up. Yes, star in orbit cannot be used in expedition. Can it be used to breed? Good question. It shouldn't be able to. Cannot breed or I have to confirm everything with all scribbler here because I don't want to answer incorrectly on these questions. But they shouldn't. Come back to this one. Let's go for some of the ones that I see at me. If there's any. Nope, 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 nope. Hmm. Let's see the overseas notice. Okay, fairly okay. So Sniper involved a lot of personal subjective analysis into his answers. Uh, should improve on that in the future. Answered some pretty subjectively as well. Mm-hmm. Don't see much. Oh, anyone in the live audience have any questions? Let me see if anyone's raising their hands. Raise your hands. Oh, how about that? Okay, speak. Hi there. You're muted. If you want to speak, you can unmute. Say hello. Oh, the card. Let's see you raise your hand. You can speak. Do you unmute your mic? Oh, no. He disconnected. He needs to connect his mic back. Anyone want to speak up? Ask some questions. No questions regarding the star. You can type. Stars are basically wine cellars. That's an interesting analogy. So stars are actually buildings with multiple apartments. Okay. Yes, I have to pick up my son soon. Okay, scrolling up. Does everyone have a limited or multi accounts? Which person can only play one account, one device? One. Well, technically speaking, we hope one account, one device. On the legal documents, we would recommend that as well. But we'll probably won't be actively catching people unless that's a bot farming account. So if you have multiple accounts on the same device, it's we will be lenient. On paper, it will be illegal though. So do not advise against that. But I know why multiple accounts on one device is more convenient, especially when there are so many planets for a lot of people that some of them have to play themselves, some of them have to go for scholarships. So it's perfectly understandable. We'll try to clarify that. But yeah, you can perfectly do it. Multiple accounts on one device. We'll see how the legal terms need to be laid out. 哦，相对，对啊，行行，会不会中招？Oh, this is Shandy from the Chinese community is asking interesting questions that is highly similar to the grand strategy and simulation games on mobile. I can't promise any of these, but they are quite interesting the way you look at it. I'll try to answer in Chinese first. 前面你问的挂件的就是其实是不是在问那个 astronomicals 啊那些 会有不同种类的，但是那个应该会在很后期才会出现的。现在我们有的就已经写在我们网站上的那些流星带啊，这个陨石带啊，这些太阳啊这些，它们的功能会不会增加呢？应该不会的。但是后期行星会不会有更多不同的玩法？不同的玩法，这些道具会不会有一些能增加哪些玩法的 bonus 呢？加成呢，就应该会有的，但是这个会比较后期，而不是在一开始的时间。我老婆在哦，她可以接啊。好，你可唔可以接埋我 AMA 緊？你接唔接到歡仔啊？你會唔會接啊？好啊。AMA! Oh, my daughter is here. Oh, that's all. Turns out my kids are still up, at least she's awake. What pulled you, maybe? Hey. Oh, my daughter is smiling. one second. Well, now that my wife is here, I can continue the AMA. And let me see if you蘇菲或者有人傍住你啊？未啊，未啊。係俾阿 Orange 21樓俾阿 Orange 你睇下。Okay, sorry. Back. But Sarah, 唔係啊，閂門啊。Sorry about that. So in English, the astronomicals, will there be more types with more functions in the future? Probably, but won't be anytime soon. And will there be more features in terms of for the stars? Most definitely, yes. But still, one step at a time. The land, the planets, the tokens will all be the core system. We will be building on top over and over. You already own planets and have lunar and solar. Is there a point for me to play the demo version from the lunar and solar? Um, so for this demo pass, I have to clarify right now too, actually, because 1 second, sorry, because originally we intended for the lunar and solar passes to be stackable, so you can get more API any animus, the untradeable anima, with more, but I don't think that is doable with the timeline we have right now. So they only provide additional game time. And I think Law Scribbler and Law Master proposed a structure where we will airdrop either game time directly or lunar and solar fragments to primeval owners to extend their game time each week. Uh, this one have to be finalized after the mint. Um, and so the more lunar and solar passes you have, the more game time you have on hand. Of course, if you hold a primeval, it will entitle you to game time each week already, but you can have more. Um, but from the community perspective, I will run some events to reward those who hold multiple lunar or solar passes, because I did say they should be stackable and hold certain benefits. So don't want to back up on the benefits there. Even if you don't get it in game, we'll do something regarding the community for these holders. Further details will be available later this week. Just let me get my hands on the demo, and then we can determine from there. I'll probably run some events for those who hold these passes and multiple USDC events. So yeah, but yeah, ultimately, should you stock up on it? Well, maybe stock up on at least anything within 20 is okay. I don't hope you guys stock more. Still want to get the demo out in the hands of other people. Uh, but it's a balance. Ultimately, like all things, I think it's better to to have some rarity. So what I'm proposing to Lawmaster and Lost Scribbler would be that it's still limited. The Animus is still limited. Holders of Lunar and Solar will get certain benefits and boons, especially in terms of more Animus they can obtain for their account or airdrop them if need be. But ultimately, when the game or if the game demo or the PvP version of the demo becomes really popular and we need to onboard more users, there are many other ways with which we can onboard them without animus or with very, very limited animus, so that the lunar and solar passes will always have their utility and their extra benefits. So don't worry that about the lunar and solar passes. It's all kept in record. The number of lunar and solar passes you burn will be on record. I can always reward it for those who burn extra for collecting them. Will not back out on that one. Any other questions? Continuing to see. We'll have some soulbound achievement NFT for the demo for those who participated and completed it and made it to the leaderboards also as well. What do you need to be a scholar for Pure Planets? I'll host a tournament. My own. Well, there too. Full one, you have to beat me in game. If you can beat me, you can be my scholar. And if there are so many people that can beat me, then I guess I'll host a tournament. To see who's the better guys. But I'll probably play on the purest and maybe one of the duels. The others I will rent out. Let's see. Any other questions? Feel free to type. I'll probably start my own guild. I'm the only person in it. With some scholars, maybe. That's what I used to do in the mobile games. Well, when I can pay for everything. No time to play, have to pay. So players will be able to actually progress for filters receiving animal. Let me take a look at Oof's question. Gameplay wise, will we have any limit to what we can do daily in the game? For example, an energy system that we've seen in popular blockchain games. That will likely, there will not likely be an energy system, but there'll be a daily win count, so to speak, where or a daily reward count of games. So if you imagine an arena gameplay, it would function like you can play an infinite amount of arena games to get your standings up, but only those first three wins daily may count towards the daily reward. If you look at it that way, won't be limiting too much game time unless absolutely necessary. We may limit it in the beginning if there's a server stress or test issue out there, but shouldn't be that much of a problem. Um, oh, well, if you guys don't have much, then I'll just continue to answer Ken's questions. For you to do holding star gives us reward multiplier and community events. Yes, um, they will. It will be similar in magnitude according to the exordium levels. As we know that some PC have their own constellation, when those PC will get their star constellation, there's a star priest helmet around the same time as you guys, but their artwork may not be available yet. Some of them. After all, we're focusing on the Access Monday ones first. Uh, But yeah, they can use it just as well. They can orbit and everything when it's available, even if the artwork is not ready. Those don't need artwork. From my shadow understand that we are able to stake the star into Nebula expedition, so I can expect to stake the star that I get on the 20. I think I answered that already. You cannot. The schedule will be able to rent out our orbit on December, so the Abrams token should be TGE before. Hopefully, we will list our tokens on the decentralized exchange. Unless the markets are go great, then we'll go centralized exchange. Uh, and if it's not out, it will be in USDC, yes, or WETH. Most likely USDC if that's the case, if push comes to shove. Number 7, from what? Oh no, number 7 already answered. I hit this button. Number 8, merchant we can merge 3. No, you cannot merge 3. The concept is borrowed from games that merge the chess, but this is not a merge, so there's no merging anything. You get the chess you get. To the 100 include the PC. Yes, the 11,498 includes the VC constellations. How many stars they have approximately now? Let me open up the document. I wrote it down already somewhere recently, so I can pull it up pretty quickly. It's in this one. Okay, so for the VC ones, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's around 18. The YGG SEA has an 18-star constellation in the Southeast Asian galaxy, in one of the Southeast Asian galaxy. Play it forward, have a 6-star constellation in the Southeast Asian galaxy, in the second Southeast Asian galaxy. Code 5 have an 18-star constellation in the Greek galaxy. MTG Midgard and Saka Saka have a 6-star constellation in the Chinese galaxy. Zombie Club have a 6-star constellation in the Babylon galaxy. Snack Club has a 12-star constellation in the Latin American galaxy. Morningstar has an 18-star constellation in the Shinto galaxy. Holy crap, why don't I just screen cap this for you? There we go. Probably easier that way. Oh, but there's one extra I can't screen cap for you because that's actually for my wife. She doesn't know about it. Second. Yeah, I'm buying one for my wife. We have a thing going on about stars all the time anyway. You can calculate the total. Add 12 to that, and that's the amount that you can see. Yep. Oh, I see. Phil have some questions. Good morning, Phil. For star holders, would there be any reward multiplier for future Discord events like planets? For star holder, would there be any reward? Yes, yes. Do you think the star already have enough utility and no need for that? No, I think all asset holders are entitled to community benefits, and the community benefits should derive from the floor price of the stars to get the multiplier similar to the exodium levels. Ultimately, we will break off into uh, two parts for the community, one for asset holders and one for new users. I think upon game launch, um, upon token and game launch, all events will only be available for asset holders. No more events for the public. Public events will only go down the official, some of the official paths. And yeah. Will the owners get a separate server? Not likely. I'll probably streamline the server so the even a lot of the stuff maybe only leave like a newbie or general chat for them to hang about. All other channels will be for holders only uh, upon game launch. Let me see. So the Weddles had asked why do we hold this event? There are a lot of questions that may seem difficult to answer. Well, for me, I wanted to keep the overseers up to speed. Sometimes they do their own stuff and they don't keep up with the latest events. So it would be a good way for them to do this. And going forward, there'll only be more AMAs, more collabs, and it's only a matter of time before some of the overseers begin to take on the AMAs for me. So we definitely want them to be able to answer questions effectively and um, objectively. A jab at sniper. Uh, Less personal emotions involved. Even if there will be personal emotions involved, try not to angle it from a personal perspective and make it sound like it's the answer. All requires practice, I guess. And I don't think I do a great job on this either. Um, Piku asked an interesting question. Let me see if anyone answered him. If you have one ETH, how do you spend it? On Apeiron. Hmm. Did anyone answer him? Oh, it's so hard to find. Is there a function where I can do reverse instead of to see who actually replied that person instead of looking at the reply and finding the source? Well, I'd say you should go for the. Well, normally I'd say you go for 3 quarts and a tier 11 or 10 star, so you get everything you need. But with the prices of tries right now, probably get 3 tries of the same type and class, and then hunt for the lower tier star. But actually, I think the primevals are phasing out. We'll need to get your hands on the primevals. That with 0 breed count. Oh, you don't answer it. How do you search so quickly on these? Oh my God. Do you just copy and paste? Does that work? Is there a key function that you can search? Or you just happen to memorize where they are? Um, well, then you have no ETH left for the stars. To be honest, I'm more attracted to the stars, so you'll definitely see more stars in my wallet because they don't require control. Well, that's just setting rent, and finding star scholars for myself. So I'll definitely get more stars for passive generation. For the planet breeding. Um, I'll wait for the tools to come out to mass breed. I always forget to morph. I'm chasing gem Lord Scribbler down to give me a mass morph function. But yeah, they always say, well, let them do the game first. I say, oh, rocket. But our blockchain team is growing, so hopefully these functions can be obtained and done. I know that's in the pipeline, but a lot of stuff are stuck in the middle of production. You have the stars, you have the orbiting, you have the scholarship tools and rents, and then you have the demo. The demo is actually not as easy as it sounds. You need to incorporate the lunar solar fragments. You need to incorporate the timing, the leaderboards, and we have to make sure all these functions actually are usable and reusable in the future game launch. If it's not reusable, we'll definitely only do the simple version of it. Um, this is actually where we argued on the solar and lunar fragments. I wanted it to have some future uses, even if you don't burn it for the demo time. But it will be a tough one. But obviously, get the stuff up first. Before dwelling, we'll look at to the market demands and supply. Will there be a Mintel tomorrow? What to say? I'm pretty sure at least half of it will go out, and the other half we'll have to see. We have the whitelist actually. I think if we include the collab ones, is way oversupplied, but I don't think the participants of this mint will be eager because we are minting at a high price compared to others. But then again, um, but then again, um, we're not looking for a mint out. Always not looking for the that strategy. Not going for two times, three times. If you want to participate in this mint, looking for like a quick flip, please don't do it here. We are not that type of ecosystem and game. Will that happen? Well, there's a chance it will happen, but would it definitely wouldn't be initiated by us. Um, but yeah, I think we actually in these days, Yulon have been lining up a lot of alpha groups and games that are typically doing well. eForce is doing well, Diechenheim is doing well. We'll learn a lot from them. But honestly, I think they did well mostly because they're established by uh, a, a team that have a lot of experience in PFP NFTs, coming from those PFP NFT projects, using their methods. Um, well, should we emulate those styles of communities with some market making with blue chip wallets? It's worth looking into, but ultimately, it also may not be the best, especially for game adoption for us at least. When we have a playable demo and with the market sentiments right now, if we have a one or two ETH floor, um, the only people who will attract are blue chip holders who will push the NFT price up, but the gamers will never come if the price is over there. Yeah, you can say we can release more other planets or other types of NFTs for people to onboard users, but well, those require production time and not exactly the philosophy I'm hoping for. I think the primevals can go up. I think the higher rarities can go up, but I really want the future quads and tries to be more accessible. At least the quads should be around $50, and the tries can be around 100 to 200. So we'll do a sales. We'll do a reward pool. After the reward pool, we'll go for a massive mini black hole pool to really get a lot of mini black holes out there. So you'll definitely see a lot more mini black holes in the hands of the holders via the Nebula expedition. Will not require it to Oh, I should pick up my son, but my wife should be able to handle. Um, so we'll see how we'll release probably close to 10 to 20,000 mini black holes out there in the next nebula expedition, the mini black hole expedition, and it will not be 1 to 1, meaning it will be exactly like how we did the last one when we changed midway the rules. It's So we'll allocate according to the overall ETH state. So so it wouldn't be like 0.05 ETH equals to 1 million black hole. We'll allocate based on the overall amount of ETH staked, the 10 to 20,000 mini black holes we will release. Probably 10,000 will be the number. More details to be confirmed afterwards. Let's see how the Starmint goes. Uh, well, if you ask me, I have a good vibe about it actually because I do have a lot of friends who are interested, and, and let's just see. And we'll make sure to mint out the planets to make sure they'll be in the hands of unique holders and people, especially during the demo. We could fight with the demo. We're having a lot of good chats with a lot of big KOLs, Web 2 and Web 3, to stream it, to try it. So definitely hope for some great traction over there. Let's see. The astronomical, I think, is a testing on our side. But what? Hmm. The distinguishment between the tiers would be artwork and actual function. So I think the lower tier ones should have lesser tracks, while the higher tier ones will offer more tracks if it's asteroid belt or Kuiper belt. If it's a sun, then the aging bonus will increase. It will look better. It will look nicer on the picture, and even in the 3D in the future. They will all be animated in the future 3D object. There are actually two rare, very rare stars out there in the markets. Don't know if you guys recognize. There are two with celestial objects. Only two out of the 673. Can you guys find it? Have anyone noticed? I'm gonna set a bounty for it. You guys can all look for it now. I'll add you to the rewards for this one. Stackable hint. So you don't just get one. 要重复这个，拿上来的行星，新的这些行星是不可以呃 merge 的，他们是where's that？是不可以合成的。三颗行星是不可以合成高一点的那个，这个是应该是一个误解来的。你买了那个就是那个，你有3颗也不会把它升级。我们的宇宙的地，那些地买来是这个 tier，就是这个 tier。但是分开这几个 tier 的地，他们的价格是3倍的这样放上去的。从这个 Stellar Tabula 的 tier 这个说法，只是应该I know why because the calculation method is done like that on the back end. but that is not something very user friendly in the front end. So we shouldn't. Sometimes a lot of the complexity in the language comes from the fact that a lot of the stuff is written by law scribbler and law master, and they are programmers and game designers and developers who speak in developer language. So a lot of them involve technical stuff that may sound that will be easily misinterpreted into game functions or user experiences, which is not the case. Oh, let's get a better job on this one. 673. Be cool. The amounts will be in circulation will be exactly the amount you see in the marketplace now. So if you go to our marketplace now, you can see the Emporium. There's stars. There's 673 stars there. These are actually the stars you guys are getting in the pre-sale and the expedition, the whitelist mint and the expedition. Uh, so I noticed some people have some confusion regarding the pre-sale definition. I think for us, anything within this batch of 673 is a pre-sale. It's just one is more aimed for the public, for the whitelist, and the other is more aimed for the plan holders to do an Nebula expedition. So yeah, didn't really think that pre-sale is only limited to whitelist mint. Um, I think for me the term pre-sale is actually for a sale made before the game comes out. So everything before the game comes out is a pre-sale. And the staking, yeah, need to really work on the terminology better because the widely accepted concept of staking comes from getting rewards and nothing else. There's no need to stake additional money or anything into it to get rewards. Um, but in our case, we have two types of Nebula expeditions. They both require staking. One is the standard reward pool, which people are accustomed to, but the other one is actually one with which we do sales on it as well. So we call it the reward pool and the sales pool. We know it's not what the norm is, but not never really one big for following norms, especially when the so-called norm is only 2 years old. Not actually proven to be full utilization of what staking can actually do. Any other questions you guys want to ask? Let me see if anyone's raising their hand. Oh, Heart of the Card is back. Sorry, just looking at the image channel. Find heart of the card to speak. Hi there.
Can you
Oh
hear
yes,
me?
yes, yep, yep.
All right. Sorry about earlier. I don't know what happened.
Oh, it's all good.
But yeah, I guess my question is, you mentioned chrono merging. What is that? Can you explain a little bit more?
Oh, chrono merging is the consumption of other planets to increase the age of the other one. So
Uh,
the aging system is actually one of the main systems with which one of our main sinks in the NFT and the token supply. So your planet's age, you see that there's an age in every planet right now out in
mhm,
the market, and the older they are, um, the more relic slots you can equip on them. So they age pretty slowly if you don't orbit them around a star. The ultimate gameplay will be like this. So there are a lot of planets out there, and then the ones that are more viable and playable will be the ones that are older. If you want to reach that age, you can orbit the planets around the stars now when it's available in November. You'll be able to play them upon launch. But for a lot of the new planets, for example, when in November 5th, when you really you can breed and try to mass produce If you find a good one, though, there are a few factors that determine how a planet should be sold. One is on the conjunction count, of course, whether it's a virgin or if it's been bred before. The other would be whether it holds a primeval tag to have greater functions in terms of the community. And the third one would be the skills and the age. The skills and age are the two other two. So there's four. Um, if you want to play immediately, then you probably want to look for an older one. If you got a younger one and you want to age it immediately, then you have to do uh, chrono merging.
I
So if
see.
you got a really young planet, but the attributes and the skills look very good, you buy it, and then you'll try to look for a really old planet in the marketplace. And a lot of this probably comes from a lot of the holders right now who will purchase a star and orbit their own planets around them, especially the excess ones or the other ones. And when they are orbiting around them, they'll age to around a couple hundred years old. And when they're a couple hundred years old, even if it's a quad or a tri with a bad skill or not, maybe a combination of skills that may not seem very in sync with each other, or so it may not be very viable. They will get old, and you can buy those planets and then eat it and then chrono merge it. The chrono merge works like this: the quads can eat quads for the exact same age. The tries, if they consume a quad, there'll be a discount in the age. They won't get the direct age added. It will like 75% of the age will be added. And this process consumes the other NFT and also consumes anima. Um, and our Plato token going forward. So the larger the age, the more anima it will consume. It's one of the main burning mechanisms out there. Yeah.
That makes sense. So I guess a related question. You mentioned we should have like 3 planets. Is that related to this?
Is that what?
Related to the chrono merging? Like
The
having
three
three.
planets, the three planets, well, sort of, but ultimately three is actually well, we if you have three planets, you can breed infinitely, so you can breed the two. It's sort of like how XE worked. So you have the two parents that breed two breeds, and you breed that breed with the third planet, and you can create an infinite planet farm. So you don't have to purchase additional planets, but of course you can purchase additional planets to breed faster and create a bigger farm earlier. Um, but yeah,
I
the free
see.
planets is basically for that. Of course, if you have a whole lot of planets, um, right now, it's pretty easy to sell on the markets at a lower cost. But going forward, when you have a lot of planets, you may also want to consider parking them, orbiting them around a star so they age. Um, so either they can be sold immediately for people to play, or to be sold for the for the maybe for the dolphins and whales out there who want to really age their planet significantly to gain that extra equipment slot in the PvP. But for the esports PvP, I think we are capped at 1,000 year old,
Hmm.
where there's 4 equipment slots. So additional equipment slots will not affect the esports functions. It's sort of like Clash Royale, if you played it, where they enter Town Hall 11 and
Hmm.
everything is capped at Town Hall 11, and there's cards abilities is capped there. And in order to participate, you have to reach that. Going beyond that will not net you any benefits in the esports mode. So, yep,
Okay, I see. Interesting. And one last question here.
sure.
How long do you expect the demo to go for?
I think for the PvE version, around a month or two. Uh, at most 2 months. For the PvP version, it will last maybe a month because the PvP version is actually very close to what our launch version will be like. The PvP demo will be letting players fight against each other using either normals or the pure air element. We're still talking about it. Most likely, we'll have the quads available for play for the PvP version for everyone to do testings. If that's stable, it should be. We've been testing it for a long time, the backend system. Then we'll go for the launch. will be a tight
Okay.
schedule. Hopefully, make everything available by Christmas.
I
But that
see.
also depends on the market. If the markets are great, we'll push forward. Probably even before all the testings are done. But if the markets don't look that great, then we don't mind holding off a little bit to wait and see how the market goes.
Oh, sounds good. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Out of the card.
Yep.
Cool. Hey, we have a live question. Let's give Out of the card a whitelist for being the only one asking questions for live. Out of the card, if you want to get yourself please you can DM me your wallet. I'll just add you directly to the whitelist. So right now I have Hin, I have E2222, I have Goat. Um, any good questions out there? I think Shendu asked a pretty good one. We could give one to Shendu. Mm, Duetto Sans one is okay. Hmm. Wait, Duetto Sans is not whitelisted yet. See? Duetto Sans, skip this one. Song, Yazu. It should be a question the others cannot answer, so should be counted as one. Marco, when will the version? Oh, this one, Paul. Also, the team will count how many there was. Ooh, let's see if anyone answered in Marco's questions on number 4. Hmm. Oh, I don't think anyone answered in Marco's question. Well, let's. I don't see it at least. Cool. Oops. To search for it. Okay, Imako asks, for the one who hold demo pass, how will they get access to the game demo? We will have on our marketplace, there'll be a page where you can burn them and add game time to your account. It will be released in November. Number 2, are they also eligible for the in-game $50 reward? Yes, yes, they are. Those who hold both Luna and Solar, when will we have the process to match both pregnant? Early November, I'd say. On our website. The game demo will be available for PC only in the beginning, but the UI UX are all mobile. And the hardest one, how does the team count how many demo passes someone is holding? Well, it's actually on the blockchain. Do we burn them to get access to the demo so you can follow who used the demo pass? Yes, you have to burn both. No, if someone who hold 3 demo passes and play for 3 hours and decide to sell his pass, what will happen? No, when you burn it, it's gone. So they can't do it midway. And for planet holders, we will add them on a weekly or a periodic basis. So so yeah, they can't exploit the loophole where they play, earn, and then send it to someone else. They still could in a way, but I guess that's the benefit of a holder. Ryan, Ryan is not a new overseer. Ryan is actually one of the core team members that's been around for over probably 6 years. Well, yeah, he should also touch the 6 year now. He's our marketing manager, I believe, digital marketing manager. But he specializes in user acquisition and ad platforms from coming from the Web 2 era, the mobile marketing. He also have experience in setting up some of the real life events over here. He was with he's been with our the marketing Willie. If you read our recent interview with one of our founders, Willie, our marketing head was now the was now the administrative head. She was in Konami before, and Ryan was working in Konami with her. I think not maybe not Konami actually, the one after Konami. And I think Ryan has been working with her for 20 years now, close to 20 years. How to join waifu constellation? Don't say becoming Frank's waifu, please. Um, that actually is a good. That would be a good entry. Didn't thought about that, but could definitely add it into a requirement. Yeah, so yeah, shit out of luck. 738 and 8220 is correct. Oh, Fifi got it. Is Fifi the one? Fifi always answers so fast. I think Fifi was also the one that got the secret message and the thing before. Let's drop Fifi. Let's add Fifi to the rewards here. My wife is going to pick up my son. I think they're going to come to office after she picks them up. I hope. Given that was after someone who's sweet, cheap duels. Oh, if you monitor my wallet, you can see that I'm getting ready for the meds. Injected money in there. You guys are not competing on the higher rarities with me. There's a 0.75 duel. Can they please list it on our own marketplace so I don't have to pay the OpenSea? 0.86 is a volcanic warrior. It's not bad. Oh, I want a mage, a volcanic mage. Below 1. Oh, let's see. Everyone needs more waifus. Who doesn't? Game waifus, that is. Any questions? Any more questions? If not, I think I'll end this AMA and see you guys all in the mid tomorrow. Well, actually, I have more AMAs tonight as well. Oh, it's big time. I'm gonna have a big time AMA with on Big Time's Twitter tonight, but the Chinese one, I think, and they will have an English one in our own Discord on Thursday. Have you all played Big Time? I only looked at it. I didn't play it. Oh, if there are no more questions, I'll head off and do some work. Uh, questions, anyone? I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 people here who got rewards. Let me try to find 2 more to see if anyone who asked great questions in the beginning. Audrey. Mm, see. Who's the question that Shadows on? Oh, it's from the me. Oh wait, can someone can you tell me which ones were answered incorrectly by Shadow-san and dive into that? I need to reward those people too for the events. Let's see now. For those who need to know what is an astronomical NFT for, what's the difference between twice or twice? Delkine, what do you mean by twice? A sun, yes. But this has both functions. I mean, one actually, if you ask me, the sun is very useful overall, but the astronauts and comets and supernovas add to tracks, so they actually directly add to the passive income stream. But the sun overall increases the how attractive your whole system looks. So definitely sun is interesting, but I'd say the other astronomicals are very useful too. So they all are quite good actually, not that best because a couple you can rent one more track. One more track is one more source of income, or one more planet being orbited. Oh, and 2 of them are from Hen. Jesus Christ. Okay, so we can add Opa to the rewards list, and Dennis. Yes, indeed. You can put it like that. Oh, wow, that's a pretty cool background picture, Xiao Chongli. That is a very cool background of the bar. Hey, I would like to do that too, actually. Oh, I'll ask the overseers to send me the pictures of it. Is anyone recording? I'm not sure. Hopefully, one of the wranglers helped record this. But mostly just answering some questions, not not anything big announcements going on out there. Any more new questions? If not, I'm heading off. These are the winners of today's overseas challenge. Let's add some to the list. Okay. Will there be somewhere on the marketplace for renting your star, or will you have to contact Alliances about renting? Oh, yeah, we'll have the function on our marketplace, renting stars and planets. We'll have the two sets ready. Uh, Double the reward for Fifi? No, only Fifi gets double the reward. No, you don't get multiple. I'm not going to encourage you to do this in future AMAs. Put them all in one question at least. If you add, put them all in one question and not bully them. Yeah, you get one. You don't get multiple. Be cool. Wait, the link does not jump to your question, Biku. Okay, does having a maxed pure against a maxed quad in PvP will always end up with the pure winning? If so, what's does a quad need to make to beat a pure, a dual, or trio? Um, I'd say all else equal, then a max pure should win in every single match against the maxed out quad. The steps needed would be to hack the other person, trash talk him so that he plays somehow horribly, or to destroy his computer, or somehow get him disconnected from internet on the other end. But if not all things equal, then of course the relics would be where the relics, in terms of the equipment you have and the apostles you bring along, the combinations you bring along have to counter the purist setup pretty well, and you have to pray that you get the right cards against the right skills they use. So a lot of luck will be involved as well. But on the esports side, this would be easier, but still it would need a lot of luck to do it. Uh, yeah, I remember this message actually, and I don't think people answered it very well. The overseers. So yeah, let's add to the list. Holy crap! The moment I announce winners, there's suddenly a huge list of people asking questions now. What the fuck? Let's take a deep look again. So there's one minute. I don't need reward, but I need to know the secret of 31st. Not just writing other dudes. How is that a secret? They write other each other all the time. Phil. Need to ask some questions to get rewards. Okay. Have you seen how much not safe for work content is hiding around the server? Let's be honest, our artists are half degenerates. At least the three of them at the top are degenerates. That's why I gave them the title of Degen. What the title did I give them? Degen 1, Degen 2, or Degen 3 or something. The moonwalks. Good one, Scallywag. Tom. No, Eric. Sad. Did Eric ask a question nobody can answer? Can you link it? From 17:09 a.m. UTC. Is that 5 p.m.? What's the game is gonna game? Okay. Sorry, I'm just sending a tweet out. Elon is trying to get me to tweet that Digenheimer not to first hear me later this afternoon. Okay, back to the AMA. Where's B? Answered SimDip. No, you don't get the reward for answering, Eric. It's Uh, B. Where is B's question? I hate these Discord links that I press and I don't see anything at all. It just randomly jumps to a random message. Okay, I have to press multiple times to access it. What do you guys think about one device if you can play multiple? Is it possible to get banned? I answered that. That's a social question. I think I answered it in the AMA before, a very old AMA one. But this answer is pretty standard, actually. But to be frank, who is the one who come up with all the star constellation name? Is it Bookworm? Most of it is Bookworm. Actually, it's between Bookworm and Sally. Sally is one of the artists who helped through the concept. There's a concept artist over here, and Apeiron. She's actually been with us since the very beginning. She also helped draw a lot of the dudes. The stickers you see are drawn by Sally. Sally is a great concept artist and also great with lore. Actually, I think her talent with lore creation and naming is incredible. So she and Bookworm came up with most of the shapes. She comes up with the shapes, the names. Bookworm mostly. A lot of them, the core ones are from me. Um, but you can say most of it is Bookworm. Evil bananas. Oh yeah, I'm trying to be duty here and there. Okay, I'm gonna end the AMA if there's no more questions. We'll see you guys later. If you guys join the AMA later as well, we'll see you guys tomorrow at the mint. I need to get my wallets ready. I believe I have a few wallets that's not whitelisted. There we go. Got a heart of the cards wallet here that I can add. Whitelist. Okay, added. Okay, no one else. No one else. Is it too late to get star whitelist? Well, not too late. Not too late. Maybe if you have some quest marks. Uh, you can participate in the AMAs. There's still, I think, 2 AMAs coming up. If you participate and ask some questions there, I'm sure you can get yourself whitelisted. Elite sandwich. And you can join the public round as well. Will it be a rule for the holder of the stars in the near future? Yes, yes. I think I added them to the channels and roles section. If I not, let's see. Yes, I added them to the channels and roles. The new roles. All right. Well, let's do some work before the next AMA. See you guys. Just feel free to continue to ask questions here if you want. I'll answer them when I have time, or I'll have the team answer them when they have time. But I'll turn the cooldown back on to slow mode to 6 hours. All right. So yeah, thank you.